Hey, greetings from Tbilisi, Georgia. This is to all my subscribers, especially. You've been probably wondering where I've been. I haven't been making any films lately, videos, the Ducati videos and the Husky videos. It's because I've been working on a new project. I was able to pick up a new bike, and not new, a second-hand bike for a really good deal. And I started working on the modifying it, and I've been doing a lot of filming. So actually I've got all these videos in my computer waiting for me to start putting them out. And so probably in the next few weeks I'm going to start sending out videos. So if you're wondering what happened to me, it's because I'm on a new project. And so what is the project? Well, let me just give you a hint. I'm going to switch hats here. So I just shaved my head. KTM, or in Georgian KTM. Yeah, so I was able to pick up a KTM 450 EXC 2018, and I've got this bike, and you might ask, why a KTM 450 EXC-F? You can compare it very closely to the KTM 500 EXC. In fact, if you get a manual for the bike, it actually says right on the front of the manual, covering KTM 500 EXC and the 450 EXC, because they're so similar. In fact, I've watched some videos where a professional rider gets on and rides both, and he's not even really sure exactly which is which. The 500 tends to have a little bit more low end, and 450 is geared a little bit more for hard enduro, and so the power comes on quicker, but there's only 50 cc's difference. The suspension's virtually the same. The gearing's just maybe a little bit wider on the 500. So I got this 450. I would have rather gotten a 500, but there wasn't one available, and this 450 came up from a guy I know, and it had been used for doing tours, basically renting, doing adventure tours up in the mountains here in Georgia. So it hasn't been ridden hard. It only had about a little over 4,000 kilometers when I got it on the bike, and very little wear. And so from there, I've started to do some projects on it, and what my goal is to convert it into a real adventure bike, something I can go for, not around the world on. Okay, it's possible. There's a guy that did that on a 500, and he's got some great stories, great videos, but mostly for like 1-2 weeks, even weekends, adventure riding. Okay, welcome. This is the new project. This is a KTM 2018 450 EXC-F, where they still make it, and it technically is street legal because I have a license plate on the back. That's a Georgian license plate for the Republic of Georgia. It doesn't have any turn signals or anything on it. It does come with a standard brake light and high and low beam. So I'll be putting those things on there because this is going to be my project adventure bike, light adventure bike. Equipment to really make it an adventure bike. And with the 450, I can go a long way at high speed. And we'll talk more about maintenance intervals and things like that people talk about. But for now, yeah, I got this really good deal on this from a guy who was using them to rent them out. And my mom actually bought it for me. It sounds kind of strange. I'm 60 years old, but my mom left me some inheritance money, and it just covered this. The guy even went down several $100s on it to give it to me at the price I wanted, which was way under, a couple $1,000 at least under the retail. So I'm pretty excited. It has about 4,600 kilometers on it, which is really minor. It has about 120 hours on it if you count hours. And so I've already got lots of ideas. For me, this is a hobby. It's not what I do for a living. I'm a teacher. I'm a Bible teacher. I work with an international organization and live overseas, travel all over the world. But for me, this is kind of a hobby, but it's also a way to get around. I travel to even other nations on my bikes, and out to villages and things like that. So I want to make this a bike that I can carry stuff on, that I can take camping, and even do some long haul trips that I've been thinking about, maybe down to Mount Ararat, not so far from here, and do a little tour of Turkey if I get time and I can get away. So I'm just starting first to do things to it, you know. And my goal with this is to do it as cheap as possible. I'm going to make as many things as I can, just for other than, you know, going through the whole bike and checking everything, changing the oil, checking the fluids and the hydraulics and the brake and the clutch and everything like that. Even looking over the tires and the shocks and things. It's very tall bike. It's actually taller than my Husky. And I've got some ideas for a bigger gas tank. But again, everything I'm going to do it as cheap as I can, because I hate to waste money, but I love to work on the bikes, and I really love to create things myself. So come along for the ride. I'll probably be starting to do some video series on it, like I've done on the Husky and the Ducati Scrambler. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. All right.